Alrighty, it's time for a weekly battle against the Finnish squad. So it's myself, Max Capone. If you remember, he's actually one of the Austrians that we drafted against last year a bunch. And Will, Senor Kruger here, battling against Full Arrow and his squad of Finnish champions. And pick one, pack one. We got a Headliner Scarlet and a Balance. Technically, I guess you could consider a Preordain or Frantic Search, but I would not do such a thing. I think I will take Balance. I like Balance a lot. I've not drafted with Coley before. That was their fourth this week. But I think Balance is a really fantastic card. So I'm going to take that. And then second pick, there's a Hole Breacher and an Narset. There's a Snapcaster Mage. There's a Memory Lapse. There's a VV. There's some good cards. No red card to go with Scarlet. I mean, I guess VV could go in the same deck. I kind of want to just take Memory Lapse. I mean, I could take Hole Breacher. Hole Breacher draw sevens is good. My estimation of this card has gone down. I just have often had decks with this that just don't quite work out. All right, I'm going to take Memory Lapse here. We'll see if I'm crazy. And then third pick, Containment Priest. There's Pest Infestation, Fire Covenant, Guide of Souls, Basalt Monolith, Chromatic Star, Mishra's Bauble. Balance is good with artifacts. It's true. I don't think I want Containment Priest that much. I could just take Bauble. Bauble's kind of a hedge because it's just good in a lot of different decks. It is good with Balance. Or I could take Basalt and just try to go for like the Zirda Gadgeteer. You know, I kind of want to do that. I haven't assembled those that often, and I think that can be really good. Oh no, easy Teferi. This is a good start for Teferi. I like where I'm at. Look, I'm not going to try to draft artifacts every time, of course, but I do think that this can be nice as part of a just blue-white control deck that has that as a finisher. Maybe Wheel Displacer Kitten. Probably not going to Wheel Consult the Star Charts, but pretty happy taking Teferi. It's really nice with Balance. If you're a Balancer in someone's draw step, they draw up to their like fifth card, and because of Teferi, you got +1. You get to go Balance on your draw step, kill your 2 creatures, you discard 3 cards, you sack a land, that sort of thing. And then Bauble and Star go into the dedicated artifact decks, and they're very good there, and they're good everywhere because like those cards are pretty flexible. Monolith can be part of a combo artifact deck that doesn't have a lot of artifacts overall. Well, this pack has Manifold Key and Lotus Petal, and Endstone, Lava Spur Boots. This is the fully powered cube. Maybe I take Key because it's great with Basalt Monolith, and if I get Time Vault, it's also fantastic. Or I could just take Tundra. It's pretty close. Tundra's very good. So is Key, though. Key is really strong. All right, I'm going to go with Key. I cannot resist, nor do I try very hard. I will say I've gotten my Candelabra fix. The Academy deck that I drafted yesterday, that's enough of that. Oh, there's Salvagers and Mother of Runes and Brazen Borrower, Savannah, Sparrows. This is a good Bant setup. Soul Guide's also great with Balance. I just love maximizing Balance. It's such a good thing. I gotta pass Salvagers. No Lotus for me yet this draft. But yes, I drafted a really good Candelabra deck there, and it was good, and I still don't even know if it was better than taking Soul Guide. It probably wasn't, so I'll let that one chill for the moment. But look at this. We got 2 1s, 2 2s, and 2 3s. Kind of the perfect curve, right? Well, you want zeros. The more zeros you have in your deck, the better, because the 0-mana cards are like Moxes, Lotus, busted cards like that. Baubles, that sort of thing. So here there's Good King Mog, and Elite Spellbinder. I actually think I want to take Good King Mog. I've found this card to be pretty good. And if you don't have a bunch of creatures, the Spellbinder I think is going to be less impactful than just taking that. Oh, here there's a Meticulous Archive and a Jace the Mind Sculptor. Oy, that's a lot of blue-white lands to pass up, but this does look like a pretty good Jace setup. Jace Balance is really nice. All right, let's do it, and let's hope we don't get too screwed here. Oh, I love Prismatic Ending. Cathar Commando's good too, but I'm a pretty big Prismatic Ending fan. It's just so flexible. Again, if you're not attacking for 3, the Cathar Commando gives you a lot less value. Though here, maybe I still take Staff. I like Staff of the Storyteller over Sanguine Evangelist, passing Surok and Utopia Sprawl. Staff also a combo with Good King Mog. Kind of interesting blue-white start here. Let's see where this develops into. Obviously, I could be artifacts. I could end up being just kind of like blue-white control. This is actually looking a lot like what the Gadgeteer or Zirda deck can look like. Displacer Kitten is going to come back, I think, next pick, if I remember correctly. I'm happy with Memory Lapse over Hole Breacher so far. Haven't seen any draw 7s. Oh, Chromatic Star came back? All right, I'll take that over Enduring Innocence. Passing a late Pest Infestation, which is unfortunate. And then here, Kitten didn't come back. I'll take Dion Bahamut's Dominant, passing a Disenchant there too. I've got a lot of tokens, so I've got like a little bit of a token theme too. And then here, I'll take the Jar because I did pass that Hole Breacher, and I don't really think I'm missing out on too much there. Okay, feeling Time Vault. Does anyone else feel Time Vault? Let's see. Oh, I picked up Aspara's. All right, that makes me feel a lot less bad about passing Meticulous Archive. All right, pack 2. What do we got? Currency Converter, Oust, a Johnny, Occult Epiphany, deck, Anime Dead and Grief. I don't really like passing that because I didn't see much black. This actually looks like a pretty good Currency Converter deck. Just because like it's great with balance, it's great with like Manifold Key, passing Oust and a Johnny. I could also just take Oust. The Prismatic Ending does a lot of that effect, and if I take Converter and Wheel Occult Epiphany, that's really nice. I think I love Currency Converter. You can't convince me otherwise. Oh, there's an Urza and a Feywild Caretaker. Well, this looks like a really good Urza deck and not a great Caretaker deck. Plus, they're going to take Bombardiers. Wow, there's also Fury. There's a pretty strong pack here. So Brienne probably takes Bombardiers, maybe takes Feywild. Oh, and Zirda is going to wheel here for sure. Right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's just a ton of good cards here. So I expect Zirda to come back. Oh, Force of Will? Shh, don't mind if I do. I'll pass an Undermine Adventure for that. Force of Will is just way too busted, so Force it is. And then here, oh, Grim Monolith time, baby. Grim to wheel that Zirda. Do I actually have Zirda Companion? Oh, you know what? I actually do have Zirda Companion. I'll just take Good King Maga. That doesn't matter. The rest of the stuff all has activated abilities. Okay. Passing a path, but there's a Council's Judgment that also could come back. And Monolith looks great here. All right, well, I like the direction we're going. This, I think, is feeling pretty good. So far, some of the I think, more controversial picks, like taking the Basalt or taking Memory Lapse over Hole Breacher, and taking the Manifold Key, I think have worked out pretty nicely based on where I am. Memory Jar is not looking particularly strong, but you never know. What I would really like to pick up is Ballista or Retrofitter. I think I'll just take another key, though. Now that once you have Grim and Basalt, the keys just are good. And if I can get a Sensei's Top or something, that'd be awesome. The staff is also looking decent. I don't know, I have Currency Converter and Urza to make tokens. That's something. Oh, there's Retrofitter. I got to take that over Coveted Jewel. I love Coveted Jewel, and with Grim and Basalt, Coveted Jewel is great, but Retrofitter Zirda is good. Retrofitter with the Monolith is good. And untapping Retrofitter with Key, it just gives you a 2-mana discount. That's a pretty big game. So I'll take that. And oh, can I do it? No, I can't take Gaia's Cradle. I have to take Celestial Colonnade. Colonnade as a blue-white land is just too good. The Cradle Retrofitter is nice. I don't even have other token making that like makes mass tokens, so it would be really hard to justify. Now I don't feel bad about passing Meticulous Archive at all. The Tundra is still a costly pass, obviously, but having 2 blue-white lands, even if they're tap lands, is really good. And then here, a bunch of white cards, but I think I take Elspeth. It works with Zirda Companion. Also, Elspeth with Retrofitter? Ooh, that sounds pretty hot. This is a cool looking deck. I like what I'm doing here. I don't have a ton of blue cards for this Force, but it doesn't matter. First of all, I don't want to pass it. Second, Force is just so busted. Oh, and Occult Epiphany did come back. That's what I was hoping to see. A blue card for Force. It's great with Currency Converter. Great with Elspeth. You get twice as many tokens. I mean, obviously that requires untapping with Elspeth, but the Staff of the Storyteller is going to be nice too. Drafting like blue-white artifact tokens, this is pretty fun. See, this is different from the other artifact decks. Now Zirda came back, and I definitely have to take it. I have double Monolith. I have 1 infinite, 2 infinites. Zirda Epiphany is basically infinite. If you have enough colored mana left over, you can Epiphany for basically your whole deck. And so I like Bankbuster and Ghost Vacuum, but this is a great Zirda spot. Here, there's like 2 different tutors and a Corpse Dance. I could just take Shadowy Backstreet. I think I'm the most likely to play this card, and it's not like I don't have enough information to hate Limdul's Vault versus. Actually, no, I'm going to hate Corpse Dance. I'll pass the 2 weird tutors. I'll pass the Natural Order. That's all fine. Oh, here, I kind of want to just take Council's Judgment. I don't think... I mean, a talisman would be fine. I would play it, but I don't think it's that big of a deal whether I get that talisman or not. And Council's Judgment as another removal spell sounds pretty good here. And Zirda is going to be my companion. Currently, it is active. So what are some notable cards that would not let me play Zirda? Well, Feywild Caretaker, that one's gone, but like Feywild Caretaker, Portal to Phyrexia, Trinket Mage. These are some of the things I want to not take. And then here, you know what, if someone wants to draft a sweet fast pawn deck, go nuts. Oh, Map? Map would be great if I get Academy. This is obviously an obscene Academy deck. Oh, I got a last pick Cradle? I actually think now that I might even play it. Last pick Cradle, let's go. All right, let's see what pack 2's got for me. Where's the action? Oh man, no action to be had. My opens this pack or this draft haven't been great. I opened what? Balance. What was my second pick? Oh, Currency Converter was my first pick back too. There's Malcolm, but that doesn't work with Zirda. There's Urza's Bauble, Lorien Revealed, Planisphere. Or I could just randomly take an Oracle, but that doesn't really seem like it does much. I mean, I guess I think I'm just going to take Lorien Revealed. It goes and gets Spara's Headquarters. If I get Hallowed Fountain, that's great, and it's good with Force of Will. Well, it's a disappointing pick one. Ooh, Ugin, though. I love Ugin, and it's good mana sink for all those things, and it works with Zirda. Take Ugin. No academies to be had. Oh, Stock Up, though? Stock Up is also excellent. Passing Lothari, Absent, Jite, all that. All right. I mean, this looks pretty great. And then here, okay. So there's a wheel to go with that Hull Breacher. There's an LED that I would not be playing. There's a Brainstorm that I definitely would play. There's a Saheeli, which... yeah, I mean, I should probably Saheeli. Oh, Max used a Cogwork. Good for him. So basically, I could hate Wheel of Fortune, which still passes LED, but I don't really have a specific reason to think LED is bad to pass. I could take Brainstorm, or I could take Saheeli. Saheeli is kind of an interesting card. I'm just going to hate the Wheel of Fortune. I just think passing Wheel Hull Breacher for no reason just doesn't make that much sense. Here, there's an Enlightened Tutor. I don't really like the idea of Enlightened Tutor here all that much. I mean, I guess I can go Tutor for a Monolith, and I always have Zirda, but... the map, sadly, is not going to be good. I could also just take Coalition Relic. I kind of like Coalition Relic, especially with Grim Monolith and Basalt. And then here, there's the Cogworks, pick 6. Cryogen Relic? Probably not here. I could take Pyrite Spellbomb. I don't have red mana, though, except off Coalition Relic and Star. Can't play Leyline Binding. I could play Mindstone, or I could just take Cogwork. I think I'm just going to take the Cogwork here. This pack, I don't have Academy, so these cards aren't as good, or Paradoxical Outcome, or any of those things. Cryogen Relic as a blue card that pitches to Force is kind of nice, but I kind of feel like I can do a little better by just taking Cogwork here, and I have 2 more picks in which I could maybe double pick, and I could still get a Mishra's Workshop. I can't get an Academy at this point, obviously, but this deck, I think, functions fairly well without Academy. I do think I want to try to play this Gaia's Cradle with Epiphany, Elspeth, and Retrofitter. It goes pretty nuts with those cards. Shame about having to take that wheel, but I just didn't think I was supposed to pass wheel with after passing a pack where I think Hull Breacher was like a pretty reasonable card to take out of that pack. Oh, here... I want to take No More Lies no matter what. The question is, do I want to Cogwork this Karn as well, or maybe a Talisman? The Talisman actually seems like it could be kind of nice here. So I think I will use the Cogwork on the Talisman. And I don't know, I think that seems reasonable to me. Talisman seems better than taking like a Pirate Spellbomb that I would have taken over Cogwork. Passing a Skydiver, I don't love that, but... yeah, it's okay. Oh, a Mox Opal? Okay, well, that's really nice. This is an excellent Opal deck, so I'll take that over Mentor, sort of to make the wooden combo. Passing a late Flage, I guess. All right, so the one spot of good luck this pack was that I picked up a really late Mox Opal. Everything else kind of went badly. Right now, this is 14 lands. I got to cut a few cards. Shoot, what do I hate here? I'm not going to hate Oracle. If someone wanted it, they would have taken it. I could play the Planisphere. Would it be good in this deck? I don't think I want to play that. I think I kind of just want to hate the suplex. Here I'll take, I guess I'm not going to side in Tidebinder, but I'm not playing Candelabra, sadly, so I think I would just take the Tidebinder and pass. I mean, there's no point in hitting one of the green 1-drops or Ent, I don't think. I need to cut a couple of cards out of this pack, or out of this deck. Let's see. Right now this is 14, basically 15 land because you count revealed, though Cradle's like kind of like a half land, which means I need to cut a couple cards here. It might be Prismatic Ending. It's possible. Here, I just passed an Oracle. I think I hate the Terra Sunder here. I don't know. Oh, Saheeli came back? Interesting. I'm not going to play Fresh Start because of Zirda, and I'm going to pass those 2 Disenchant guys. I guess I just take Saheeli. Yeah, maybe I have to cut Prismatic Ending. It's that or cut an artifact, which I could. I could definitely cut an artifact. Would I play a green-white land for any reason? No. I don't think I would play Enlightened Tutor, would I? This just doesn't look like an Enlightened Tutor deck. I think I'll just hate the Sculler. And then here, if someone wanted Cauldron, they would have taken it. Oh, Consider is not a 0, but I doubt I can make the room for it. All right, let's go see what this looks like here. This is not a bad deck. Obviously, an Academy would have been nice. But what I like about this, and again, this speaks a little bit to how much I draft artifacts, is this is a very different feeling artifact deck than most, and I think it'll be a different experience, so I'm interested in playing it. All right, so this is currently 15 lands, because 14 plus Lorien, and that's counting Cradle, which I kind of want to count as like a half land, which means I need to cut like 2 more cards. I cut Consider already, and Prismatic Ending. It could also be Council's Judgment. Go a little lower on white. I think I want to play the Soul Guide Lantern. No one on my team is Reanimator. Max on Esper mid-range. I'll show the decks after. Will's got a really good looking red-white deck, and then Max Capone, as usual, is a hard-casting Citadel in combo. Yeah, maybe I can take out Council's Judgment. I have a decent amount of interaction with Balance, No More Lies, Ugin, Elspeth and Jace, Force of Will. Yeah, I got some stuff. I think Saheeli is going to be good here. And is there a chance? Do I ever cut this talisman that I used Cogwork on? I could cut one of the keys, but with Monolith, I don't know. The keys are pretty good. They're also untapping Currency Converter for 1 mana or Retrofitter for 1 mana is also pretty good. I don't think I want to cut Saheeli. Yeah, maybe I do cut the talisman. Let's see. All right. And honestly, I don't know if the Cradle's good. I do have what? 1, 2, 3, well, 1, 2, 3, kind of like 3 big token making things and then a bunch of smaller ones. And Retrofitter actually is a 4 big token making things because Retrofitter Cradle goes pretty hard too. I think I run it. Just the upside is pretty high. And I'm kind of, here, I'll take the talisman. I'm kind of running 17 lands plus an opal, so I feel like I can afford it as kind of an explosive, but maybe not the most consistent card. The Poor Man's Academy. All right, I'm feeling like different lands today. What are we doing? We could do Invasion Lands. Invasion Lands are pretty nice. All right, so how many planes? Like 4, maybe 4, 5, 6, 7. And then that leaves probably too many islands, so maybe 1 more plane's 5, and then we go up to 15, 16 lands here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus opal, and 11 plus opal and Chromatic Star and Coalition Relic and 8. Yeah, I mean I do have more blue. Okay. Yeah, I think this is what I'm going with. Could play Talisman over a land, but I don't have Workshop or Academy, so it's actually a little bit less of a reward for that. I mean, Mox Opal is, Balance is, those two do pay me off for that. But I kind of feel like 17 lands, but 1's a Cradle plus a Mox Opal feels pretty good to me. So Will has an Ancestral in the sideboard, but so it goes. Really nice red-white deck. First of all, Plateau, Scalding Tarn, Arid Mesa, so really nice mana. Strip Mine and Ancient Tomb are good. Skull Clamp with Ocelot Pride, Descendant of Storms, Ajani. Got the Bombardiers, got Gut, Pyrogoyf, Palace Jailer, One Ring. This is a really nice red-white deck. Swords to Plowshares, Guide of Storm, or Guide of Souls, Voice of Victory, Thalia, Othari. Yeah, this is just a really nice deck. Max is the second week in a row planning on hardcasting Bolas' Citadel in his Dark Ritual, Cabal Ritual, Mana Vault deck. Sure. Chromox, bunch of baubles. I'm not sure how he wins exactly. No tendrils or anything. Okay. No Thassa's Oracle. I guess just casts a bunch of cards and then Yawgmoth's Will with Vivi and a bunch of bolts. Sure. I guess we'll see. And then Mac, his usual. Esper with a Gleemox, great mana. 6 duels, 7 duels, 8 duels. One's a fetch too, such a tri-land. Has the Thieving Skydiver, the Cathar command I was worried about. Freebooters, Bowmasters, Raffine, Lingering Souls, Duress, Thoughtseize, Cut Down. Yeah, Fatal Push. This is a nice one. All right. Not a ton of power on our side. I think it's just a Gleemox and Will's Ancestral on the sideboard, so that part's not ideal, but I like the decks. We'll see how they do. All right, time for round 1. Let's reveal a Zirda Companion. Nice. Mulligan. Nice. Okay. Okay, I'll keep this, and I can't put back any of the artifacts or lands, so I think I just put back Saheeli. And, I mean, this is actually a pretty quick Zirda combo. Because I go turn 1 Colonnade, and I think just say go. We have, like, Duress and Thoughtseize, so I don't think I need to play this Opal. Turn 2, I can go Grim Monolith into Coalition Relic and Mox Opal. And then I can put in Zirda, and Occult Epiphany goes, you know, not infinite, but my Ballista. Never even saw that thing. Testang Draft Academy. I guess I'll play the Plains, actually. Monolith. Oh, am I going to get dazed? Yeah, I guess if I do, fair enough. Or maybe Force of Negation, I guess. Yeah, dazed. Wow, that's brutal. Because that also stops my Zirda combo. Well, on the plus side, down a land, so probably just plays Meticulous Archive again. Now, I guess I go Coalition Relic and then charge the Relic and maybe discard the Opal to Epiphany. It's disappointing, but there's no real way for me to play around Daze there, and not that I really could. And we'll see what's up over there. All right, Meticulous Archive is back. And is it going to mill 2 cards? 1 archive? I mean, playing Coalition Relic, charging it up, can get somewhere. Elite Spellbinder, so it looks like blue-white mid-range of some kind. All right. Well, at this point, it'd be nice to not keep drawing lands, but I do have an Occult Epiphany that can kind of get through all those things. Jeez, okay. Don't love that. This is just going horribly. Mulligan to getting dazed in Lorand off Mana Vault or Mana Crypt. On the plus side, I've drawn more lands. I guess I'll Occult Epiphany now to maybe hope it resolves. Discard 3 cards. Island, Opal. I think just discard Force of Will. It just gets me an extra token, which at this point I don't really have anything else going on, so I think I want to try to use tokens plus Celestial Colonnade to maybe finish the job here. And there's a mana, because there's a Mana Vault or Mana Crypt over there as well. Planisphere? Okay. Into what? Is this like an artifacts deck too? Did Narset? All right. And you don't really want to minus Narset, I don't think. Oh man, it's going to get to Loran Narset me? This is horrible. All right, let's stock up here. What do we got? Currency Converter, Soul Guide, Teferi, Retrofitter. I think I want Retrofitter and Teferi. Land. Attack Narset here. And then play my artifacts here. Key and Retrofitter. All right, pass the turn. Get to Loran. Draw a card because of Narset. Yeah, this is just... The way things have worked out this game have not been favorable to me, I'll say that. All right, they lost another mana crypt flip. That's not nothing. They get to run the whole Narset combo again, or sack Narset to draw a card now. Either way, it kind of does some stuff. And then the Planisphere is going to get this token pretty big, but Time Raveler can kind of reset it, which isn't bad. And what's next? Land. Still a million cards in hand because drawing extra cards off Loran, maybe extra cards off Narset, who knows. Honestly, Gaia's Cradle would be a good draw here. I wouldn't mind that. My Monolith getting dazed and my Relic getting Loran. What a start. What a start. Hopefully I get some sick balances off. Land, Mox, Soul Guide, turn 2 Monolith, Key, balance you down to nothing. That'd be nice. All right, Narset's going away. Picked up an Echo of Eons. Well, I guess better than casting Echo with Narset in play. Is this like a Seraph Paragon or something? Oh no, Skyclave on my Retrofitter. All right. Into Pirate Spellbomb and attack. Okie dokie. They can also tap Loran here to get another counter if they want, because I think that would be their third card. But they did not. Attack for 7, but I don't really want to take a million damage back. Let's play Teferi here. Bounce the hero token. Draw a card. I mean, if I hit Basalt or something, I don't know, I could start to get something going. And another key. Well, I think I'm going to put Zirda into hand here. And they're at 14. Teferi's on 1. I could just pass. Yeah, and then protect Teferi for a turn. And then I can start attacking with Colonnade next turn. Okay, they drew a card with Pyrite. I'm going to draw with Loran. If they're thinking about it, maybe their hand isn't that good. Okay. Well, balance is kind of interesting too. They won that flip, unfortunately. I mean, balance, I would lose some lands. I don't like that part, but I could definitely see if I trade off these tokens or something. I'm drawing again. What are we looking for? Do we have like Hull Breacher and Echo and looking for LED or something like that? Okay. Okay. Well, have LED Echo. So yes, I'm somewhat correct there. Discarding all lands at an Echo. Okay. I guess I put Zirda in and now I echoed and he got echoed. But I didn't think Echo was getting cast this turn. But I mean, this is actually pretty nice. Wow, if I'd played a key instead of putting Zirda in my hand, that would have actually ended up being way better. But again, I didn't think it was that likely that Echo of Eons was going to get cast this turn. Okay, now next turn, I mean, I'm just going to chump the Skyclave now. We'll see, Elite Spellbinder. Yeah, I mean, I guess you take Ugin, which I think I can still cast. If I draw a land, I still could cast it. Because I would go Basalt, 3, 5, 8. So, could take Basalt, I guess, but then a land still casts Ugin. I actually kind of like my chances now. I mean, we'll see, but I also get to have Teferi in play here. Yeah, they did take the Ugin. No time walks, please. Oh, it's like a Pentad Prism or something? Oh, Ballista for 1. Oh, I guess I don't get to keep Teferi. Well, I probably wanted to attack, maybe attack Skyclave first. I guess either way I can just chump it. Knows about the balance. Do I want to triple block to try to set up balance? I guess not. All right, I take my turn. Gaia's Cradle. Oh, that is money. Okay. So if I go Saheeli, I mean, they could have a counter, they could have days, but if I go Saheeli, make a token. Yeah, this looks great. Let's go Saheeli. I'm going to not reveal the Cradle yet. Cast Chromatic Star. Cast Staff of the Storyteller. Okay. Cradle. Tap this. Monolith. Make another token. 3. Untap Monolith. 8. And then Saheeli, a servo into a Basalt. 10 Ugin. And I might actually want to balance here. I would lose 3 creatures and 2 lands, and then they would lose 4 cards in hand. So I can balance the Planisphere here. Can't daze the Ugin. Oh, I'd have to sack Chromatic Star to do that. Oh, never mind. I actually like that a little bit less. But I don't mind killing the Planisphere because these cards don't really do that much. So let's just gain 3 and draw a card, I guess. Oh, I hit this. All right. Well, in that case, I'll Ugin. I guess I will just... I could Ugin the Skyclave, but I kind of want to Ugin the Loran. I feel like them drawing extra cards is worse, and I don't really need to kill this Spellbinder against... I have a million 1/1 flyers. All right. And I could... Again, I could still technically cast Balance here, but I don't think that that's what I want to do. And... attack for 2 and leave back 2 blockers here. Guy's Cradle. Money. All right. Guess they're going to maybe block. Oh, no, not block. All right. And pass the turn here. Could draw a card off Staff as Storyteller as well. I could have not played Chromatic Star before the Ugin. It was free basically. So, but I could have spent 1 more mana to, I guess, get 1 more Ugin trigger would be kind of it. Is this Fracture Identity on Ugin here? Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. I don't know that that's going to be that bad for me. I mean, it's obviously annoying, but I feel like I've got... Oh, the Pyrite killing Saheeli, sure. They don't have... I mean, hopefully not that many more artifacts. My Retrofitter being gone is a bummer. Okay. I don't need to use Chromatic Star, I don't think, here. So I have 9 attackers. I'm just going to ignore Ugin probably. Let's see. Tap this for a lot of mana. Cast Jace. I kind of want to just bounce the Elite Spellbinder here. Yeah, and then attack with Cradle and everything. So let's turn this into blue. Draw. Use Staff to draw. Okay, animate Colonnade. And I can also key to untap the Staff here. And then maybe I'll draw at some point. Yeah, I guess I could just draw now. Because I want to now untap Basalt here. And then bounce the Spellbinder. And I'm just going to attack. With everything on Testang. I guess, let's see, assuming they don't answer Colonnade, they go to 4. I mean, they die here. I could leave 1 servo back because if they block, wow, that's not lethal. So if things go wrong, I lose my Jace. Let's say they blow up Colonnade. It's kind of a disaster if they blow up the Colonnade, to be honest. They take... But they have Mana Crypt in play as well. So let's say they blow up Colonnade. They would take 8 here. Go to 4. If they don't blow up Colonnade... Alright, I think I'm going to do it this way. And this way, if they don't blow up Colonnade, they don't die. But I don't lose Jace. And if they blow up Colonnade, I think I'm in a lot better position. Yeah, that's why I did it that way. What do I have left in my deck that's good? Elspeth, Converter, I know Moralize is okay. Oh, Urza. All right. So couldn't quite have killed Ugin. Puts them to 5. I get to keep my Jace, presumably. We're going to cycle their Spellbomb, I would imagine. All right. The last bunch of draws were all bricks. Let's see if this can lose the flip, lose the flip. Won the flip. All right. They can gain 3 and draw another card. They're up to 8. Let's see. They have a million cards in hand. Yeah, that path was brutal. Fractured into path is a lot. And a Spellbomb to eat Saheeli too. But I've got some cards I could draw. And with Staff and Key, if they don't play a colorless spell here, then I like my chances. If they play a colorless spell, they can eat both Staff and Jace. Or Jace. All right, well, Jace is done. Is this Sunfall? All right. I get a 1/1. And they have Elite Spellbinder in hand. And they're not playing it. Okay, maybe they want to animate Incubator. I'm not sure. Actually, let's draw Staff. Okay. Actually, let's see. How do I do this? Cycle this. Untap the Staff. Draw Staff. Yeah, I guess I'm dead. That's cool. Play Coalition Relic. Because why not? And I'm at 17. They're at 8. Guess I attack Ugin for 1, so it can't ultimate. Okay. Oh, this isn't even a flying illusion. It looked like it was flying, but yeah, sure. And then now I can balance, I guess. I'll keep 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't think I need to keep this Cradle. Kill the 9/9, pass the turn. And I don't really know how I'm going to lose this game, but I am likely going to. Path into Sunfall with Fractured was a lot. Couldn't quite kill Ugin. Yeah, I was just a little bit short. Maybe if they had lost last turn's Mana Crypt flip and they were at 5, and this one, I don't know. Oh, there's Salvager's LED. All right. Well, there's game 1, I guess. Okay. Council's Judgment? I guess so. I don't love it, but I mean, it can kill some things that matter. Balance, I think, is still pretty good. I mean, I still like kind of the stuff that this deck is doing. Do I want Council's Judgment? It's good against Fracture Identity. That's about it. Most of their stuff, they're not going to play Salvagers. No, I don't like it that much, actually. Maybe I'll board it in game 3, if I go to game 3, on the draw and take out a land. All right, I would like to play first. I'd like to reveal Zirda. All right, no mulligans this time, maybe? All right, yeah, this looks fine. I guess, here, let's just go turn 1 Converter, and then maybe use it on 2, and then I'll just play the Colonnade later. Maybe, I guess I could take out Soul Guide. Soul Guide is not even that good against the Salvagers thing, though it can snipe a random Echo of Eons or LED if one's in the graveyard, like imagine if like this Surveilled or something. There we go. I don't even need to do it right now, but it will be nice to do that at some point. Oh, let's just get Staff into play. Okay, no days, I guess. And then next turn, I could do some converting. Planet Sphere. All right. I can deal with that. Draw. Island. Yeah, I'll attack 'cause I'm not doing anything else. And I actually think I can draw off staff now. Teferi's not bad too. I'll probably want to discard this planes to the converter is my guess. Let's see what they got. Elite Spellbinder. Sure. I don't need to use converter in response. It doesn't. You would want to use converter in response if you thought your most expensive card you'd want to discard. But given the situation, I'm not going to want to do that. And I have 2 3-cost cards. So like if I had a Echo Vions of my own in my hand, obviously I would use converter in response. But right now, all that'll happen if I use converter is I'll draw like an Ugin or something and get that sniped instead. Okay. Provide some free info, sure. Draw. So I could Teferi, bounce the token, and hope the Elite Spellbinder. I could Teferi +1. Is that good? I don't know if that's even good. Token's a 1/1. I guess if they move the Planisphere, I'd have to chump Teferi. I could also just play some artifacts here. Let's see. I think what I'm going to do here is actually just play the key. And then just pass the turn here and let my artifacts do the talking. I don't think I need to get a Teferi into play yet. It's obviously ways these things, all these different plays go wrong. But currency converter, tap, make a token. Or, let's see. Let's draw. I might want to discard the Soul Guide here. No, I'll just discard Colonnade. It's fine. I think the Soul Guide is going to be nice to have. I'm not going to block this token anyway. If I discarded one of these, I could untap the converter and make a 2/2 and block. But I don't think that the upside there is very high. All right. Let's untap the converter. Put the Colonnade back. That way if Echo happens, at least that one gets reshuffled. Oh, Mox Opal's nice. Okay. Play Mox Opal. I think I played Basalt Monolith first. And then I can play Teferi here. They have to have like a hard counter. No. All right. And I've got to stock up Exiled. Let's play Soul. Well, do I want to play Soul Guide? How am I going to use Teferi? I don't want to just bounce the Spellbinder and hope to not draw something too expensive. Oh, nice. Look at this. The keys are actually really, really working here. Untap Monolith. Soul Guide snipe the LED. And untap Monolith. I think. Yeah, it's that. Or do I want to use Converter? I think I'm just good to just chill here. I could also draw with Soul Guide Lantern, but they have an Elite Spellbinder coming down, so I don't think I want to do that. And now if they want to equip the hero token with the Planisphere and play a spell to kill my spirit token, I'm okay with that. They just seem to have a lot of cards in hand and not a lot of mana. I mean, they've just played a land every turn, but I'm doing a lot more big things here. Ultima would be really annoying. I guess I have to hope that's not in the on the docket here. This looks like Unexpectedly Absent, or maybe a Ballista for 1. Absent the token, sure. Teferi goes down. All right, it's acceptable, I guess. No play of Elite Spellbinder. All right, let's tap this, make a token. And I have Zirda I can go get, but is that good? I kind of want to just not expose Zirda. Well, I don't have that much to do with it, so let's go 3 Untap this. 5/1, play stock up. Okay. Well, I want Force of Will, and I think I want Lorien revealed. And then I can put Zirda into hand. Do I want to, though? I kind of want to just use currency converter here. And draw. Hitting a non-land to discard to make a token would be nice at some point here, but I think I just pass. I guess I could crack Soul Guide to draw a card because I don't think I'm going to need it otherwise. Now, I guess I'll play a land and pass. They're just not using their mana all that well. I mean, maybe they play something end of turn, but I've got Force of Will. I could hardcast Force here if I want by using, especially using Key to untap Monolith. I guess they can Elite Spellbinder here. Equipping that. That's the play. Then casting Elite Spellbinder. How much do I care about them spellbindering me? I could force it. Let's see, if I put Zirda into hand, let's say this starts on untap that. They could take a, I actually think this is fine. I have enough mana. I think I'll be able to just hardcast Force in a lot of these situations. And the 3/1 is just not doing that much. All right. They could also take Lorien revealed, I guess. Taking Force means you can still pitch cast Force and just pay 2. So it's not that bad for me, honestly. And putting Lorien revealed in the exile zone, that doesn't matter because when I go off with Zirda and have infinite mana, I just cast it from there too. Okay, they have something. I can't make a token end of turn. I could untap Currency Converter and use it to draw a card. I could untap Monolith. I think what I might do, given that I'm going to draw 3 from Lorien if I do all this, I think what I'm going to do is end of turn, use Key to untap Converter and make a treasure. And then, well, then I could untap the Monolith, but I'd use a treasure. So that actually doesn't really make that much sense. So maybe I could also Converter and draw. I think I'm just going to untap Monolith. I could have used the Key, but it's kind of the same thing. All right, take my turn. Okay, Chromatic Star is not nothing. So I'll tap this. Let's grab Zirda. Let's see. If I do this, and then I can still hard cast. I'll play my land first. Zirda. Okay, spend 1 to untap Monolith. They're going to path me in response. All right. No. Cool thing about Zirda Monolith is it's a pretty fast combo because it only costs 1 to untap every time. Okay. I kind of like what I've got going on here because now I have Force up, I have Balance, and I have Lorien revealed. I'm about to draw 3 cards. So let's go. Actually, hold on. Let's cast Chromatic Star in case I need extra colored mana for something. Cast Lorien revealed. Okay, tap this, untap. And I have lots of blue mana, so tap this and use the treasure and opal. Urza. And now I can just spin Urza a bunch with Zirda and then basically end the turn. I don't think, since I don't have Ballista, I can't win right away. I can end the turn with Retrofitter, infinite tokens, and Force of Will, Memory Lapse, and No More Lies in hand. So I think that's plenty. All right, Urza, make a token. Get a token on staff. Okay, spin Urza, hit Coalition Relic. I'm just going to do a little bit of spinning here just to show them a win condition. Ooh, I just hit an Elspeth. All right. I could make a soldier token. I guess I don't really need to do that. Untap this. And I can play Jace as well. Let me just get another thing out. let's see, I guess I'll add blue, sack this for blue, why not? Play Jace. +2 on you. Skyclave, okay. And I think I'll just wait on that because I want to find Retrofitter Foundry, basically, is what I want to find. And then at some point I can put a counter on everything, though it doesn't really matter. Okay, no more lies. Grim Monolith, sure. Tap. Occult Epiphany, that doesn't really do anything. They have 9 cards left. Untap. Any retrofitters? No. I mean, I will find one at some point here. So I also don't have to like draw cards. Like if I haven't found it near the end of it. All right, there goes Saheeli. Cast this for 0. Make 2 tokens because of Elspeth. Untap. Look for Retrofitter. I have 7 cards left. Tap this, untap. And if I can find Retrofitter, I'll stop. Oh, Ugin's probably good enough too. Ugin, Exile, Elite Spellbinder. Make 2 tokens. Make another thing. Gain 3 life and draw a card. Tap this, untap this. And I guess just past the turn, let's see, I have a 14/14. Yeah, I mean, this is just going to be lethal. And I have a million counters up. So that should be enough. And then they don't really know about memory lapse. I also can... I guess I don't quite have... Oh, I have infinite blue because of Urza. Yeah, I can just cast both of these. And then next turn, just give everything flying, attack for 1 million. Path the Urza. They have Skyclave in hand. I have enough blue. This is blue, blue, blue. Yeah, all right. I have Retrofitter, Balance, and lands in hand. Or in deck. And I guess Brain Freeze, if they just randomly have it in their deck, can kill me. And Sunfall. All right, well. Tap this. Untap this. Tap this. Untap this. And blue. Untap Opal. Blue. Force it. Just make 2 more tokens. All right, got game 2. All right, game 3. Yeah, I still don't really want Council's Judgment in, to be honest. I could put in Prismatic Ending because it kills Mana Crypt, as well as like Planisphere. Do I want to take out a land for that? Do I want to take out Balance? No, I kind of like what we got. All right, time for game 3 on the draw here. Reveal Zirda. All right, let's go. Yeah, definitely gonna run this. I mean, turn 1 Converter, turn 2 use Converter. Hopefully gets me on the path towards finding a couple islands. And I've got Jace and Memory Lapse as strong blue cards, and then Basalt and Relic. And this is actually a really good Zirda deck. It is missing Ballista. That would have been a nice one to get. But just having both Monolith and, well, both Monoliths, as it were, Grim and Basalt. Testang is mulliganing. Hopefully no Mana Crypt. No Mana Crypt, please. Having both Monoliths just means I have an infinite mana combo like in my opening hand a good amount of the time. Obviously it takes a little bit of time to get to it, but let's see. Well, if there's no Mana Crypt, the turn 1 Converter is pretty strong in this kind of matchup. Let's see. All right, Testang mold to 5, but a 5-card hand with Mana Crypt is still very good. So if they saw Mana Crypt among those 3 redraws, could still be in for a ride, but obviously mulling to 5 is helpful. I feel like they have it. Or maybe they have LED and they're deciding not to play it, whether to play it or not. I guess we'll see. Yeah, they had the Mana Crypt. And Mana Crypt go. Okay. Well, balance probably going to get discarded to converter. It's reprieve or something? Sure. I mean, it messes up the converter curve. It's obviously just not the worst thing in the world to get my currency converter reprieved. Yeah, I was going to say they might not have a hand with lots of lands. All right, let's go converter. Key. All right, now if I draw any land and I have Monolith plus Key plus Converter and Coalition Relic, I'm going to run away with this game really quickly. They're losing their Mana Crypt equity every turn. Not the flip, I just mean like the fact that you had Mana Crypt is just, if you're not using it, that advantage runs out quickly. So far they got to Reprieve on turn 1 and they didn't do anything on turn 2. So now maybe they Skyclave. One of these things is probably the card they're playing, or Loran, but I think it was Skyclave, yeah. Yeah, you do have to hit the converter, though. Obviously, the key here is going to be really good if I draw a land. Let's go. Land. All right. Ugh, so much worse. But tap lands have a cost. All right, don't draw blue this turn. All right. Because if I have one more turn... What's this? Loran? Oh, Elite Spell. But no, that hits my Basalt Monolith. Well, it's not that bad. I do have balance here, which could kill those two. I guess I would lose a land. I also have Coalition Relic, which is still pretty good. So, and if I draw a land here, it's still pretty nice. God, a land last turn would have been so sick, though. They took the balance? Oh. That wouldn't have been my guess. Okay. Basalt Monolith. Coalition Relic. Go, and I have Charge Relic plus untap Basalt next turn to have a ton of mana, or I have Memory Lapse up this turn. All right, I guess they were scared of me balancing, but so they're 2 and 2 on flips, by the way. I was going to keep track to see how lucky people are. They could have Loran, which is maybe why they did that, but I can Memory Lapse the Loran at least. You can also, this is a trick, you can also untap Relic with Key to get double charge if you want, which is pretty nice. I mean, next turn I can just cast a balance and I'd have to lose some lands, but they would lose these two. Also, I mean, next turn I'm going to have tons of mana. 4, 7, 8, 9, 11 mana if I want, which is enough to go Zirda, go infinite. Oh, they drew the island, I see. I mean, me having to cast Memory Lapse this turn wastes a lot of my mana because it means I don't get to untap Monolith and I don't get to charge Relic. But if they have like a Fractured Identity here, then I probably will want to do such a thing. Let's see, if I start the turn without any of all that mana, I can put Zirda, I can use Key to untap Monolith, play Zirda, Time Twister. Huh. Can next turn I go Jace plus balance? Yeah, I can. All right, let's Memory Lapse the Time Twister. Take my turn. Oh, I guess I should have technically untapped with that thing to Memory Lapse. Oh. Urza is something. I guess I'm a little short of Jace plus balance, but I can go Urza. Okay, make a token. Are they going to path my Urza? Yeah, they have path. Now would be the time. I still have the balance exiled, so I'd keep it when it comes to Time Twister. Oh, Solituding, pitching Salvagers down to no cards. Oh, balance. Actually, they might have gotten me with balance with making me go to 0 cards. That's funny. Yeah, I guess I pass the turn and then they get to Time Twister here. Okay. I mean, they have to play it now. They lost the flip again. So now they do get to play a blue afterwards, but I still untap with tons of mana because end of turn I'm just going to key the Monolith, I think. Yeah, Time Twister away. All right. Okay, I hit some counters. I can't play any of the counters this turn, so hopefully they don't go like land, Loran, my Monolith. But if they don't, I kind of like my spot. Staff is good against Spellbinder. Sure. LED is not a big deal. LED Echo. Okay. Key the Monolith here. Draw. Yeah, Retrofitter Foundry is kind of money. So put Zirda into hand. Play Zirda. I have a lot of mana. Yeah, let's go. Put Zirda into hand. Untap Monolith. Play Zirda. Okay, I'll go to untap Monolith. And here, even if they path Zirda, that wouldn't really bother me too much. Okay, and I'm not going to play Saheeli here because I want to make sure I have as much colored mana up as possible. Because right now I can cast No More Lies and Memory Lapse. And let's see. Oh, and they conceded. Nice. I was going to make infinite tokens, attack. That would have to chump, and then I'd have double counterspell up with infinite tokens. Sounds pretty good to me. And ooh, this deck grounded out. Again, this is a very cool deck, and I like how this one's playing out. All right, that was quite the round. Round 2, playing against Rianne on like 4-color Chain of Smog combo with like Moloch, Caves of Chaos Adventurer. Let's see. We got Endurance, Nadu, see this kind of stuff. Mana Leak, Anime Dead, Nadu, Haywire Might, Endurance. So some cards to watch out for sure. I'm going to keep this hand. This one does play a tap land on turn 1. Turn 1 Colonnade, turn 2 maybe I just leave up Memory Lapse, or I could play Manifold Key and Chromatic Star both, but it's also not even bad to wait on these because I have a Saheeli, which I think is kind of nice with those cards to play some ones. As always, this deck just really wants to draw Grim Monolith or Basalt Monolith, and luckily I do have both. You know, Zirda is not often the card you want. Like, companioning Zirda doesn't come together that often, but it's pretty good when it does. Like, this deck just has a lot of routes to get infinite mana, and I've got 2 good mana sinks, basically. 2 really good ones, Retrofitter and Urza, and then Ballista would be a nice one. But also, Ugin and Lorien Revealed all kind of count too. So Rianne mulled to 6 here. Let's play Colonnade. You also want to play Colonnade first over this, I guess maybe unless you suspect Wasteland or something, because when you go infinite with Zirda, cycling Spar's Headquarters is actually pretty nice too. Though I doubt that's going to happen. I think I'm going to end up playing the card this game. Okay. What do we got? Deep Cavern Bat. All right, well, this will dictate my next turn play fairly well here. If you take Memory Lapse, I get to go Chromatic Star, Sparas. If you take Teferi or Saheeli, then maybe I leave up Lapse, maybe not. Not sure what I want to do. Wow, I guess I'm not leaving up Memory Lapse, huh? That is fine. That is fine. Am I getting griefed or something? Pitching Grief to eat Teferi? That doesn't seem too necessary. Nice. Cradle's looking great here. Let's go Star into Sparas. That way, Star, you can't really kill it. Like, it doesn't do anything to kill it. And they're debating whether to play the Mox or not, maybe. Oh, is this going to be a Caves of Chaos Adventure? Yeah, it is. All right. Turn 2 Bat, turn 3 Caves of Chaos Adventure on the play is a pretty good hand. Teferi's not going to do much here. Saheeli's not going to do much here. Balance would still not do all that much. So, yeah, it's going to be tough. It's Kind of blue off the star here. Finding a fast Grim or Basalt is going to be my best shot. I'm going to bounce the Kazakhas Adventure. Look, it gets you one up on initiative, but it saves me a ton of damage. So I think it's worth it. Next turn, Saheeli make a token of some kind. I don't know. They also don't get to attack with the Kazakhas Adventure and get value that way. Basically, unless I draw one of the monoliths and do some crazy Zirda stuff, I think I'm in a lot of trouble here because, like I said, even at balance, they still retain the initiative. It's not going to be easy to take it from them. I guess Celestial Colonnade kind of can. And then they get to trap me down to 14 here. The initiative hits hard. That it does. Kazakhas Adventure is actually the one that hits the hardest. Like, the White Plume's better because it's still 3 mana instead of 4 mana, but Kazakhas Adventure just attacks for 7 the turn after, draws another card, you get hit by trap, and then you're just dead. The second attack basically always kills you. Oh, Island? So what are we doing here? Are we not playing it? Oh no, we're playing a different initiative creature. I see. So they're going to get to go Throne of the Dead 3 next turn. All right. Any monoliths? No? My hand also hasn't developed. All right, we're done here. All right. I still don't want to play Tidebinder. I can't break Zirda Companion. It's too good. Is Council's Judgment good? Kind of killing the thing after the something about barn doors and closing them after horses leave. I don't think killing the initiative creature is going to be that good either. I think I'm just going to try to maximize my Zirda combo potential. I guess maximizing that would be putting Consider in the deck, but I like where I'm at. All right. Oh, that one wasn't particularly close, was it? All right, let's keep the monoliths. Okay, yeah. So this hand, obviously I could pitch stock up to force if I need to. I don't really want to. I have turn 1 Sparas, turn 2 nothing, turn 3 Basalt into Coalition or just Coalition. We'll see what they do, I guess. By then, drawing a 2-drop would be nice, of course. Another blue card would also give me the ability to pitch to force because I don't really want to pitch stock up here. And will this hand do better against turn 2 Bat, turn 3 Kazakhas Adventure? Maybe is the answer to that. Okay, let's go turn 1 Sparas. Go. It's my best draw. Probably Grim Monolith, honestly, though a key would be really nice too. Turn 1 Mana Dork? Oh, Elvish Spirit Guide. To turn 1 Sylvan Caryatid. I think that's fine. I don't think I want to force... Oh, Balance? Okay, Balance looks nice. Not this turn, of course, but if I can fire off a Balance in like 2 turns, maybe? Next turn, I go Relic Monolith, or Monolith Relic, rather, and turn after I can maybe balance whatever Rian has played here. I'm a little worried about initiative creatures because balancing those doesn't really solve the problem so much. Oh, it's the freshly haircutted dog. Very nice. And she's off. So balance against initiative creatures isn't like the perfect solution, but there's a lot of openings that balance is good against for sure. Oh, by the way, Mac beat Rian in game 1. This is incredible. I don't actually know which game it is exactly, but by hitting with Fallen Shinobi in a game where it was just dead and hitting literally Sedgemoor Witch, Chain of Smog, and just comboing that way and getting infinite tokens. Incredible stuff. It really is. All right, what do we got here? Deep Cavern Bat. God, if I don't force it, they take balance, but then, all right, that's fine. The thing is, I can then go for the combo and use force to protect the combo and maybe not care about the bat in play. Because if Rian takes balance here, I can then force the next play and still be in decent shape. But we'll have to kind of find out what that threat is. I would assume balance is getting taken. You could take Basalt Monolith, but taking anything but balance is pretty dubious given that I could just balance and get the card back. So, yeah. All right. You got some options here. And balance indeed gets taken. Okay. I always love drawing a 3-drop on turn, or 2-drop on turn 3, but that's okay. This actually does make me a lot more likely to want to pitch stock up to balance, though, because now it didn't crack a fetch, so no tap land to get, or not sure what you want. Interesting. Because now I don't need the stock up as much. Staff, I mean, it's only 1 card, but it can lead to maybe more cards. I'm not too close to comboing next turn, but we'll see what this is. Maybe a Heritage Reclamation on Basalt Monolith or something? I don't know. Volcanic, huh? Is this Nadu? Okay. I'll allow it, I guess. They don't seem to have anything to go with it right now, so... And I'm not going to be targeting their stuff, so... I think I'm just going to stock up here. I can probably find a blue card to pitch to force if I need to. Ooh, okay. Let's take Teferi Ugin. Because Teferi is a card I can pitch to force, play a land, pass the turn, and next turn I'm going to untap the Monolith. And then I can go Ugin. Well, see what I draw. If I draw a land, I can go Ugin, exile the Nadu. Or, sorry, exile the Bat, add mana, even if I don't draw a land, and then cast Balance. And I feel like that would be pretty nice. Let's untap this. And I have Force back up here. Oh, and Memory Lapse, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I think I go for that. Ugin. Exile Deep Cavern Bat. It triggers Nadu. I'll lose some lands here, but I don't care about that. Mana Leak. Force the Mana Leak. I think pitching Memory Lapse at this point. And they hit a land off the Nadu. That's funny. And then add 3 mana. Balance. So I choose 3 lands. And they lose the Nadu, the Caryatid, and 2 cards in hand. And I have 2 mana floating, which is a waste of resources, but it's okay. And then next turn, I'm going to have an Ugin in play. And I can also... I could actually use Ugin for mana, pick up Zirda, play Zirda, get infinite mana, but I wouldn't have any colored mana left over. So that's a little less appealing. I guess if Rian goes like land, Caves of Chaos Adventure, then could have something. Scythecat Cub and Feywild Caretaker. All right. And that's it. Pass the turn. And gotta have something pretty good here. There are definitely ways out of it. Land, Animate Dead Nadu, Lightning Greaves, or something like that would be pretty strong. Emberwild Captain. I don't think that's going to do it. The Monarch is good, but I don't think the Monarch... It's not as good as Initiative, and I don't think it's going to beat Ugin plus No More Lies plus Teferi here. So let's go ahead. I could draw a card. I could... Yeah, let's go ahead and draw a card. Because land is pretty good here. Okay. Let's go to Teferi. Let's bounce this and draw a card. All right, well, no lands. Oh, well, I guess I'll just pass. And I guess I could have saved that for the Ugin trigger, but I mean, if I draw a land, I can do all that and have counter up. But again, there's just not that much they can do here. I could have saved key in hand, but I've got a lot of mana. Now, next turn... I can staff. I mean, Saheeli's staff generates a lot of tokens. So maybe I go like, I still could potentially put Zirda into play. You have 3 cards in hand. One of them is the 4/2, but it doesn't really do anything besides just being a 4/2 at this point. Wolvenwald Oddity. All right. Attacking Ugin is kind of a fool's errand. I mean, you can, but it's not going to die quickly. Oh, and it's not going to die at all. So do I want to... Let's +1 this. Do I want to add mana? I guess I kind of have a lot of mana with Monolith. Let's see. No, I'm going to add mana. Because I can go Saheeli, Soul Guide, Ugin the Wolvenwald Oddity. Make a token. Soul Guide. I'll exile the Nadu. I think that's the scariest to animate. And I'm going to keep Soul Guide mana up anyway. Then I'll untap Monolith with that. And pass the turn, I guess, with... I don't need to use Saheeli right now. I've got No More Lies up, which stops most things. Soul Guide, I'm just going to keep that and play unless I really have to sack it, because I can stop Animate Dead. They can resolve a 3-drop here, but I don't think there's that many 3s that get you out of this position. Balance and Planeswalkers, going kind of nicely. Next turn I can easily get infinite mana. I just don't have anything to do with the infinite mana. Embroiled Captain, okay. Just really doesn't bother me. Charge this. Draw. Okay. Oh, that should do it. Add white. Tap this. Zirda. Oops, no, I want white. Zirda. Tap this. I guess... Gain 3, draw a card. Saheeli. Servo copies Coalition Relic. And then Urza. And Urza Zirda is enough to win the game, I assume. We can... I guess we can keep battling. All right, make infinite tokens. Saheeli, Ugin. And oh, they have Chain of Smog plus Witch as a potential out. So I guess I can't quite just pass the turn. Oh, I guess I had a win if I didn't use Saheeli maybe, because I could have made an artifact into a construct for Urza, but I think we're gonna be fine here. I just want to hit an island. All right, island. I have key, untap Coalition Relic, and pass the turn with infinite guys in play. And I don't think that they're going to be able to combo me through No More Lies here. And I can also spin Urza at instant speed and hit Memory Lapse. Oh no, that Memory Lapse is gone. What other instant speed interaction do I have actually? I plus Teferi also. Actually, that is just it. Funnily enough, because I can't cast any colorless spells at instant speed. Okay. If their last 2 cards are Chain of Smog, Witch, they actually would have won there. Moloch X = 5. All right, made a retro token and they conceded. Go into game 3 here. All right, maybe the Council's Judgment, or maybe Prismatic Ending because it kills the bat. But I do like Soul Guide here because they have Animate Dead, so it seems kind of nice to just have that because I like Soul Guide in the deck as is. I could cut the Cradle, I guess. These games are fast. All right, let's cut the Cradle for Prismatic Ending and hope that works out. All right, on the draw, game 3. Grim, Mox Opal, Key. Let's do it. Close enough. Ooh, this is a nice one. Okay. Basically, the cards I want to see most in my opening hand are Monoliths and Balance, probably. Maybe Opal, if it's like in conjunction with a good hand. And if Rian doesn't have a Mox this game, I actually feel like I could do some pretty good work. Turn 2, Grim Basalt Relic. Oh, if I draw Mox Opal. Okay, here if I draw Mox Opal, I have the chance to go turn 2, Grim Basalt Relic, Mox Opal, Balance. and I'd have like 2 cards in hand or something. Oh, 1 card in hand even? All right, I'll keep... Rian is mulliganing. Looking for that land Mox Deep Cavern Bat into turn 3 Caves of Chaos Adventure hand again. Well, I do feel good about having Prismatic Ending in to deal with Bat, so that's something. Island. Oh, I drew Retrofitter? All right, turn on Retrofitter then. If they have Spell Pierce, they have Spell Pierce. I mean, whatever. I didn't even look like that much like a Spell Pierce deck. All right, no Bat. Okay, well, I could be getting mana leaked here. Oh, well, I care a lot less about that now. Okay, I think I'm going to force it because now I can go Monolith to Relic and just have the Nut balance next turn. Please don't Deep Cavern Bat me. Play a Nadu, land Nadu. Talisman? Okay. Not as good. All right. Let's draw a cheap artifact. Yes. A white. Tap this for 1 key. Balance. Oh, this is looking good. And then I have Retrofitter plus Zirda, so I have infinite. Next turn I have infinite. So it's turn 3, balance you to no cards. Turn 4, Zirda, infinite tokens. My deck looks pretty nice sometimes. All right, they had Chain of Smog, Sedgemoor Witch, Nadu, Endurance. Oh, there we go. So they basically have to draw something awesome this turn. Okay, key Monolith. Take my turn. I guess I don't get to Zirda this turn, but I can key now to Ugin. And Ugin, I'm just going to gain 3 and draw a card. Endures. See, this is what I'm talking about. This isn't the best deck in the world. I think my deck is pretty cool. It's got some good stuff going on. But when your decks draw well, like that is the most important part ultimately. All right. Charge counter on this. Yeah, you get to Caves of Chaos Adventure. And I get to add a white. Have 3 mana. Zirda. Play Zirda. Wait, hold on. Yeah, okay. Zirda, play Zirda. Make infinite tokens. And I can't play Urza as well, unfortunately. But that's enough. And that's a 2-0. Let's go. All right, time for round 3. Let's see if I can get the 3-0. We're up 4-3 right now, so it'd be nice to win this one for sure. I'm on the draw, playing against Red-Green Beats once more. They've got some Disenchants. They've got a Black Lotus. Definitely going to keep this hand. I mean, this hand has a turn 3 Monolith. If I draw another white source, I could have infinite mana on turn 4, though I wouldn't have any colored mana left over. And I have Force Pitching Lorien Revealed, so I don't really want to cycle Lorien Revealed here. But I also have Occult Epiphany, so if I can get infinite mana, then Occult Epiphany can draw my deck and find the thing I'm missing. Okay, Stock Up is not bad. It's kind of the same as Epiphany. I still think I would just want to pitch Lorien Revealed here. I don't need to cycle this to try to find a second white source. I feel like by the time I want a Zirda, I imagine I will find one, especially since I'll cast one of these 2 cards. I guess with Force, you're kind of hoping they Lotus something out. All right. There's the Lotus. The answer that. Tersa, a Light Shatter. Yeah, I'm fine to force that. Seems like that. If they're lotusing out Tersa instead of something else, that presumably means they don't have like a great play to make. Maybe they have 2 3-drops or something. But Tersa is a good amount of pressure, so. And if they're attacking for 1 and doing nothing else, then I feel pretty good about that force. Well, it means their hand is just not amazing. Oh, they have Crater Maker. That's annoying. That is definitely a bit annoying. All right, let's go Soul Guide Lantern. Exile Tersa. Pass the turn. I'm going to sack Soul Guide to draw a card, I think. Balance would be a nice one to find. Hopefully they don't play like a 4-drop beater here. All right, getting attacked. No more plays this turn. Then I feel like I'll have the breathing room to cast Stock Up. Let's draw a card. Okay, land. All right. Stock Up here. No, I do want balance, I think, so I kind of want to just take Balance Key, or maybe Balance Teferi. Balance Teferi sounds better, I think. I feel like I can set something up nicely. I mean, maybe I'll have to balance next turn, and that'll be kind of unfortunate. I'm hoping for one more turn, especially since what I can do is I can cast an Occult Epiphany, and we'll see what this is. But I can cast Occult Epiphany to buy myself a little time, and then balance the turn after with Teferi. Maybe do the +1 Teferi balance thing I talked about. FOMO. Okay. Pitching Yavimaya. And attacking for 3, so I go to 12 here. Yeah, so I can wait an Epiphany, I think. Because, I mean, if I just balance here, I go to 1 card. So I don't really want to do that either. Let's play a land. Let's pass the turn. I'm going to Occult Epiphany, block Crater Maker, and Elvish Mystic is my plan. Okay. Well, I guess I'm assuming I make 3 different types, which I might not. Okay, so I mean, I definitely could discard a land. I could definitely discard Artifact, a Planeswalker, and what am I going to do next turn? Assuming I kill those, I kind of think I can just win with Elspeth. I think I discard Monolith. I'm going to discard land, Monolith. Discard Memory Lapse? Could discard Urza, but I don't think I want to do that. I could discard Teferi. Teferi is pretty good with balance. Is there any world where I discard the balance? I could discard land, balance, in either Lapse or Teferi. Maybe I just discard lands, balance, Teferi. I mean, we'll see what the play is here. But I'm going to go block Mystic, double block Crater Maker. And then next turn I can play Elspeth. Oh, what is this? Fire Covenant? Okay. I mean, discarding the balance is a little less good, but I actually still think I'll be okay here. Land. And I can just go Elspeth. Make 2 tokens. And then next turn, Urza, make 2 constructs if the Elspeth's still alive, which is going to be pretty hard for them to kill Elspeth through 2 1/1 tokens, and it's at 6 loyalty. They can sack Crater Maker to kill 1, I guess. FOMO means I actually it would have worked out better to exile the Lotus over the Tersa. They wouldn't have creatures in the graveyard. They can kill a token, and then they can attack with FOMO as an additional attacker. Then I can block Mystic, and Elspeth takes 4. And then maybe if they use like one of their last cards to then kill Elspeth, that's something. I guess if they Crater Maker and have a removal spell, but then Elspeth still just goes to 1. I don't know. This looks okay. I feel like I actually don't mind discarding the balance here. And then it's possible I should have kept balance over Basalt Monolith, but Basalt goes infinite with Zirda. It's a pretty fast win condition, honestly. Next turn, I'm going to play Urza and have Memory Lapse up. So if I untap with Elspeth, I think I'm pretty close to just winning the game. But we'll see how this goes, I guess. Also, killing Elspeth and killing me are not that different in terms of life totals, so you have to kind of really split the difference in order to want to do that. All right. Yeah, they can kill the token, put me to 1, or put Elspeth, or put me to 2, or put Elspeth to 1. I mean, I assume I'm not just dead at this point. but we'll see. Both attack Elspeth. Okay, it's going to untap and attack again. I'm just going to block the elf, I think. Julie, chill out. All right, Elspeth gets attacked again down to 2. And do they have like a 2 damage spell? And blocking the elf wasn't great, or what? They have Utopia Sprawl. That card's actually pretty good against balance. And Canker Bloom. Oh, okay, so I win basically. Let's play this. Urza. Make 2 constructs. Make 2 soldiers. And then next turn I can probably give things flying. And I'm not even going to play the Monolith. I've got a memory lapse up. So turns out just a Cold Epiphany traded for Fire Covenant, and then Elspeth traded for a bunch of cards and it's not even dead yet. And then Urza, I got an extra token out of the deal, and I have a memory lapse up. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. And then next turn I could Zirda it up, but didn't need to. Okay, here I'm pretty sure I want Prismatic Ending, and I might even want Council's Judgment. I think Soul Guide can actually go here. I don't think I want Council's Judgment enough to cut something else. I think this is probably good. Okay, let's see if they got a good plan here. All right, on the draw, Zirda. I don't think I can keep this hand. The problem is it's not even like an incredible balance hand where if I draw a land, I have balance with some artifacts in play. It'd be the kind of hand where you balance and then discard most of your hand. So I think I'd rather just mull. This is way more that. So I'm going to keep this. And I think I put Basalt back. I could put Opal back. But Opal makes like 1-mana artifacts a lot stronger. I'm not putting Force, Jace, Balance, or Plains back. Or Grim. So it's really Opal or Basalt. No, it's actually probably Opal. Yeah, all right. It's a shame, but if I draw 1 land, then I get to... Okay, thank God that was Utopia Sprawl. I get to go play both my Monoliths. Oh, well. I don't think there's really a justification not to Prismatic Ending here. Huh. The funny thing is that that was Soul Guide and I'd kept the Opal. It would have been kind of nice, but... This will at least slow them down a little bit. All right. You got a Lotus. You know, Lotus out something good. Bloodbraid Challenger. Okay. Hitting Veil of Summer. I'm going to force the Bloodbraid in response to the Veil, I think. Well, what's kind of interesting is I could do that. Or, and then they would draw a card, but I would stop. Yeah, all right. Force the Bloodbraid. They do draw a card off Veil, unfortunately. And then, because I played a blue card. If I knew I had a land, I would be a little less inclined to do that, but I just don't want to take 1,000,000 damage here. Oh. Grim. Into Basalt. I don't want them killing the Grim and me not being able to get Basalt into play. Okay, well, I hope their next turn is just like land plus dorky creature, and then I can balance them into the Stone Age. No Utopia Sprawl, no Goblin Crater Maker, though Crater Maker wouldn't be that bad because I have 2 Monoliths out. I would, or Canker Bloom, that sort of thing. I would prefer they just play a creature that doesn't get affected by this. Or rather, doesn't have an ability. Blow up my Monolith now. Sure. Okay, draw. Land. I'm just going to balance here. Just make them discard 3 cards. So Bloodbraid Challenger is an annoying card. Windswept Heath, Jetmir's Garden, Headliner Scarlet, sure. And I've got, I mean, if I draw a land, I can untap the Monolith. even if I don't, I can just get Zirda going. Oh, what a draw. Okay. That's going to be tough. What's next? They're going to hit Lotus. I hope they hit Bloodbraid Challenger here. That would be nice. They can play the card too. So if they hit a land, so basically they have two good hits, one insane hit, one bad hit, and then 3 just kind of misses. And then they go to 6 cards, and maybe you can't do it again next turn. So this is actually a really big swing what happens here. I mean, they got to attack. They have 3 great hits. One's just truly insane. If they go from no cards to going Tursa hit Lotus, this is going to be tough. But what's nice here is I get to put Zirda in hand next turn, even if I don't draw anything else. And then, like 2 turns later, basically I have infinite mana. So if in the next couple turns I draw an infinite mana sink, hit Headliner Scarlet. Okay, so it wasn't that really good hit of exiling Bloodbraid, but it was still pretty good. Oh. All right, I can top deck too, I guess. Let's stock up. Let's see. You know, I think I'm just going to go for the win next turn. Well, next turn as in like if I find something. Because right now I can go, by keeping land key, I can go put Zirda, untap Monolith, put Zirda into hand, play Zirda. So I could get infinite mana next turn, though I wouldn't actually do anything with that mana. Oh, we're casting, geez, a Stormseeker? Okay. Well, at least the Tursa doesn't go off now. So now I'm taking a bunch of damage. They have no cards in hand, so I'm going to run the Zirda out. So basically, if I draw a way to use the Zirda, I have a pretty good shot here. Any retrofitters? Oh, an Elspeth? Okay, let's just untap this. Cast Elspeth. And make 2 tokens. They don't flip their Stormseeker. I can just block both their creatures here. Or what I could do, depending on what they draw, if they pump the Stormseeker, attack Elspeth with both, I think I chump 1 and then next turn -3, kill the Stormseeker. That's actually tricky. Because killing Tursa, if I kill Stormseeker, they get to Tursa. I think I'm fine to just block 1 here. And well, then Elspeth -3 is no. I'll just chump both. It's fine. Keep Elspeth at high loyalty. So now they drew a land. So now Bloodbraid Challenger is coming in if they draw anything. Okay, so here let's go untap Grim. Again, they have no cards in hand. I really don't want to flip Stormseeker, so let's put Zirda into hand. Play Zirda. And then I think I just... Oh, this did flip because of they didn't play anything. Oh, so I'm just going to kill the Stormseeker then. Otherwise, I just lose Elspeth anyway. Honestly, I think I just blocked Tursa with Zirda. I mean, we'll see what they do. If they draw land and they play land, Bloodbraid Challenger, and then they attack Elspeth with both, I just let it go and then hope to win on my next turn with Zirda. Because I could draw Retrofitter, Urza, all that stuff. But also a lot of the draws that make Zirda good are already good draws even without Zirda in play. And so I think having an Elspeth in play for the draws that that are other than that is pretty important. So I guess we'll see, because they also, there's a lot going on. They get to go land Bloodbraid maybe. They could also attack with Tursa and see what it hits. Though it doesn't look like too many of, I guess if they hit Cankerbloom exactly, they could do something. All right, close game. We both drawn really well after the mulligan. Or after the balance, rather. Though I did also mulligan. Okay. Elspeth's attacking. Would you exile? Would you exile? Veil of Summer, please. They hit Reckless Stormseeker. I think I blocked. The problem is Reckless Stormseeker has haste and everything. Like it's still night. So they're going to play Reckless Stormseeker. I might just Elspeth to kill it. Yeah, I guess I have to. And, well, I have a lot of mana, so even though I don't have infinite mana, if I draw Urza or Retrofitter, I get to do some pretty good stuff with them. Land, here comes the Bloodbraid again. All right, let's see what the challenger hits. I drew 2 lands in a row in a spot where it was really bad to do that, unfortunately. They hit FOMO? Well, I guess they are forced to discard their last card, but now they have lethal next turn, which was pretty likely to be the case anyway. So this is a spell then. This can't be a land because they missed a land drop here. Rabblemaster, I see. So they drew Rabblemaster last turn. Okay, well. Retrofitter Waiting Room. Occult Epiphany would be kind of interesting. That's one where keeping Zirda would have been better for sure. All right, do or die here. Well, let's just tap this. It's fine. That buys me a turn and a card. All right. I can't use it yet. I need to... Into retro? Oh, into Urza. Okay. That's more than a turn. Oh, and that puts another counter on the staff too. Oh, okay. I'll play my land here. I think with Urza in play, I want the land. I could spin Urza by untapping Monolith and tapping Construct, but I don't think I want to do that. I think what I'm going to do is end of turn, maybe just draw another card with the staff. So they don't have Delirium for FOMO. Bloodbraid Challenger I can just chump. And then I get to start spinning Urza. Oh, I did some top decking. Land was bad, but then staff into Urza was really, really nice. And I don't want to kill the Bloodbraid Challenger because then they just play it again. I have 2 cards in hand. I don't know anything about either of them because they could be lands, they could be spells. They drew it off FOMO last turn. Utopia Sprawl? Wouldn't mind that. No, probably not that lucky. Inti. Okay. That makes things a little different because now you can attack with this and discard a card. I assume discarding a land here. Oh, discarding Caracas. Yeah, Caracas on Urza is not that good. All right, exiles Goblin Crater Maker? Well, that makes me a lot more inclined to want to block with the Construct, I think. Because I don't want to take 1,000,000 damage. I'll take 1 trample. I don't think I can avoid that. No, because if I block with Urza, the Urza just dies. So I don't want to do that. And I don't want to throw away a token for 1 damage. Hit a Crater Maker. All right, well, I guess in response, I'm going to untap the staff and draw a card. Okay. I mean, they can kill Key or Monolith right now. I guess that's not the end of the world. Gonna get some Urza spins here. Wouldn't be crazy to kill a Key, I don't think. Because if you let me untap, that is basically another spin. It's actually just straight up another Urza spin, so feels like getting rid of that is probably good. Next turn, they get to Bloodbraid Challenger and Inti it again. This has been a good game. We've both been ripping really well. Like, they ripped Inti into Revealing Crater Maker. I ripped Staff into Urza. The Bloodbraid Challenger's been trucking. Interesting plays for sure. All right, and they did kill the Key. So a good play on Coley's part. All right, take my turn. Okay. Spin Urza, let's go, let's go. Land, huh? All right. I guess I'll pass the turn. So they get to Bloodbraid and attack. And you know, if they drew a spell to discard that triggers FOMO, I'm dead. So if they drew an instant or sorcery, I die. I don't love that. I do not indeed. All right, let's see what this hits. It's Pest Infestation for 0. Okay, that's a nice bit. No, that means FOMO's lethal now. So I had to hit an instant or sorcery too. Rough. All right. Yeah, I don't think they're going to miss this. Well, this is a sick game. Attack with everything. FOMO target Bloodbraid Challenger. All right. All right, all right. Going to game 3. That was a close one. I like the prismatic ending. I don't think I want to side in consider Council's Judgment. No. All right. I could side in Dion Bahamut's Dominant as like 4 mana to make 2 things. Is there a chance that's better than Saheeli? I mean, Saheeli against Mono Hasters, I don't really like that much. So I think maybe I side out Saheeli Cradle. I think I'm going to put in Dion, and I just put in the Consider. All right. I'm just not going to bank on Cradle here. All right. On the play. Zirda. Let's go. Okay. I've got to keep this. Eminently fair, but balance is great, even if I don't have any artifacts to go with it. Occult Epiphany is good. Prismatic Ending can to kill a mana dork is pretty nice. This is the first time I don't have the Force of Will for their Lotus play, so hopefully that doesn't just destroy me. Oh, actually, I think I should have played Plains on turn 1 in case they play turn 1 Mana Dork and I want a Prismatic Ending it and then play Colonnade or Spar as headquarters. I don't have any of those. They didn't play a Mana Dork, but the point stands. Let's just pass here. With what looks like a counter up. Spoiler, there are no counters up. Now, this is not one of the artifact-heavy hands, which is unfortunate because balance is very good in those hands. Though I guess this could have been a Soul Guide Lantern. Oh, Utopia Sprawl? That's kind of what that's looking like to me. That one I will probably Prismatic Ending. That depends what else they do. Lotus Petal? Okay. Okay. A Kingdom for a Wasteland. They at this point, no, I don't have Wasteland, of course. Reckless Stormseeker. All right. I think I'm just going to take my turn. Draw a cheap artifact? No. Prismatic Ending, the Utopia Sprawl. Pass the turn. They're still down to just 2 mana. We'll see. There's a chance I could balance this turn. But also maybe just play Urza. It'll depend what they do. They have Mini Lotus and Big Lotus. I mean, if they play another creature and they hit me for a bunch of damage, I'm probably going to have to balance, is my guess. I guess if they play Cankerbloom or Crater Maker here, they could have protection from me going artifact into balance. All right. And I don't think I'm going to Occult Epiphany here. I decided in a K command too. That's funny. I think I'd rather balance and cast a bigger Epiphany. Take 5 down to 12. They have 3 cards in hand. Man, an artifact at some point would just be so good. So if I cast balance, I would have to discard 2 cards or I'd lose a land. I mean, it's kind of the same thing. I think I'm going to play a land and just cast an Occult Epiphany for 3. I don't want to flip the Stormseeker, so I have to play something here. I think they have Veil of Summer and they're deciding whether to cycle it or not. Discard 3 cards. Okay. I don't have to make 3 tokens or anything. I'm just deciding what the 3 cards will be. It could be Opal, Colonnade, and Island. Or it could be Opal, Island, and it could be Basalt. Keep Urza and then have Urza Elspeth, and then next turn I go Urza, or maybe the thing is keeping Opal and Basalt makes balance a lot better. I think the 2 lands, I don't think I discard Urza, and I think I discard Mox Opal here. It's very close. Because Opal does some nice stuff too. I I don't want to discard Elspeth very much. I don't want to discard Urza. I don't want to discard Balance. So it is really Basalt. 3 of the 4 cards that are land, Basalt, and Opal. I guess I just have to discard Opal. I don't really see a world where I get to use Opal very well. Because to keep Opal and Basalt, I'd have to discard one of these 3 cards. I don't think I want to do that. Let's see what they do. We're tied 6-5 right now. Or sorry, we're up 6-5. So if I win, we win. And if I lose, we tie. So given that I'm 2 already, I'm not going to feel that bad if I don't 3-0 just because like this deck was good, but I don't think no power didn't have everything it wanted, no academy or anything like that. It was a good deck, not a great one. And 3-0ing is hard, but oh my God, am I going to get Headliner Scarleted here? I kind of feel like I am. So I take 8. Okay. If that's the case. Oh, Sentinel. Okay, I don't mind that. Use a map token on the Sentinel. Reveal Llanowar Elves and get to bin that. That's pretty good. They're going to end up with a map token in play here. They have 2 cards? All right. Because now I can go balance and Monolith and not lose too many cards. I mean, this is where Opal would be kind of helpful, but all right. Can I just draw a cheap artifact here? Key. If I drew a key, it would be so amazing here. Because there's a good chance whatever I draw is going to get either discarded or killed. Oh. They FOMO'd. I didn't even notice that. All right, I take 8. So I took an extra 3 damage there. I just didn't even notice that FOMO was on. All right. Well, Sparas was a pretty terrible draw, to be honest. But let's go Basalt Monolith. Play the Sparas. Because if it was an untapped land, I could have played Balance without sacking. All right, so I should be a little bit higher life total. I mean, there's a lot I die to either way, but obviously I just straight up didn't notice that FOMO had gone off. Past the turn. What do we got? 6. Okay. I can discard a land to play Lotus Petal. Pest Infestation. They'll probably keep that on top. All right, I need to draw a land here. Because if I draw a land, I can play Elspeth and kill 6. God, having a tap land that turn was pretty brutal. All right, land. Now I think I lose. God. This is tough. He's going to Pest Infestation. Because if he has a land, he can play Stormseeker out of the graveyard now. And then drawing Ugin was just not good at all. Down the stretch, had a few bad draws. I needed this to be either an untapped land or just like a cheap artifact. Though an untapped land would have been better, because then I would have had an untapped Monolith this turn. Elspeth kill the 6, but we'll see. Okay, I guess I hope this doesn't reveal a land. And is Pest Infestation here? Reveals Elvish Mystic. Though, no, it's actually still pretty bad because now I just die. Never mind. Because now it's like Pest Infestation, kill the construct, and then I have to chump with Urza. Yeah, never mind. I needed it to be a land, though a land would have been bad for me too. Had I been at 5 instead, I guess I could have chumped Minsk and Boo, Lotus, and all this stuff. Or I could have taken it and gone down to 1. But then I still die, because even if I drew Elspeth here, it wouldn't have worked. What a shame. All right. Well, 2-1. Satisfied with that. It was, playing against Red-Green and losing the game where we were in the top deck war and they rattled it off. And I did too, just not as strongly. And then losing that game where an untapped land to let me kill the 6 with Elspeth the turn prior. Then he casts Pest Infestation to kill the Monolith, makes 2 tokens. Then I play Urza, make 2 tokens. Elspeth, make 2 more tokens. I think I win that game, but yeah, that's not how that played out. So this deck was nice, though. This was a really nice Zirda deck. I mean, Monolith is really nice with Zirda. I had Retrofitter and Urza as infinite mana sinks, but I would kind of count Ugin in that, and Occult Epiphany basically counts too, because if you have at least one card to discard, you can Occult Epiphany till you hit one of those. But also like Stock Up, you know, even like Currency Converter and like there's in Jace, like a lot of stuff, once you have infinite mana, it gets much better. Well, also this deck had like Force of Will. The balance was insane. It was just one of the best cards in the deck. Elspeth was impressive too. Stock Up's always good. A couple cheap counters. Staff was nice. Really nice Opal deck. Had one game where Cradle was good. I'll take that as a dub. And I didn't have any games where it actually cost me anything, so that was nice. Celestial Colonnade's good too. Overall, a good deck. I think a very solid deck for having no power. The Artifact deck also suffers from not having power just because it uses Moxes better than most decks, though Mox is good everywhere, of course. But we'll be satisfied with the 2-1 tied draft against some of our friends. You know, we take those. Let's take a look at the draft, because I definitely could have drafted this one differently. All right. I still stand by pick one balance. I just think the upside of this card is so high, and like whereas like Headliner Scarlet, yeah, it's a good card. How much better is it than some of the other fours? Like sometimes it's better, sometimes it's worse. It's not just like a Windmill Slam, and I don't think you're supposed to take Preordain or Frantic Search. And after first picking balance, really the only picks I think you can realistically make are to take Memory Lapse, to take Hull Breacher, maybe to take Snapcaster. I don't think you're supposed to take like Fatal Push. Oh, Narset, well, no, you can't defend Narset because I think Hull Breacher is kind of better than Narset, though obviously balance is slightly better with Narset itself. I actually really am happy with the Memory Lapse pick. I just think Memory Lapse is really good. It's never bad, and I'm just kind of off taking Hull Breacher super early. I haven't found that to be a great strategy. That's just my impression. This was the pick of the draft. If I'd make a different pick here, this draft goes very differently, I think. But I took the Monolith, and I think especially given what I ended up opening, which was not much, my deck ended up way better because I took Monolith. What else could you take here? If you have balance and Memory Lapse, you can take Containment Priest. I actually think that's a totally defensible pick. It's a great card. Good against a lot of the unfair decks. Of course, I played against like red-green beats or whatever twice, so I don't think it would have been great for me. What did I play against? Yeah, I played against white-blue salvagers, like 4-color beats and red-green beats. So yeah, I'm glad I didn't take Containment Priest. I don't think you can justify Guide of Souls here. Like, it's just not good with balanced Memory Lapse all that well. You could maybe take Pest Infestation if you were just a total maniac and really wanted to be like Bant Control. I like the upside of Monolith over Star and Bauble, though Bauble's a kind of safe pick. Love the Teferi here. I don't think you can justify taking anything else. You have balance and Memory Lapse, and Teferi's really good with balance and just good in any of these decks. Over like Shelldock, Displacer Kitten didn't wheel. Neither did Consult the Star Charts, but I don't think it was going to. This was a big pick too. Tundra, I mean, in a world where I go balance, Memory Lapse into like Containment Priest into Teferi, yeah, I'm clearly taking Tundra. Taking Monolith meant I think you're supposed to take Key, and if you saw the keys were really good that match. Just untapping the Monoliths, Converters, Staff of the Storytellers, you name it. And then here, I think you're supposed to take Soul Guide over Salvagers or any of the lands. Ended up getting Scar's Headquarters back, actually. Brazen's good too, but when you have these artifacts, you should probably lean into that a bit. Here, I like the Good King Mog pick. I didn't realize it was going to be Zirda, of course. Maybe the Spellbinder is better. It's a better card. And then here, Jace over Meticulous Archive. I don't know. Maybe I would have rather just had Archive. Jace I do like with balance, though. Jace is pretty good. It's not great. I like the Prismatic Ending here. I like the Staff here. Picking up Star was nice. I'm passing a Pest Infestation, which I don't want to play against, but also 2 other good green cards, so I just don't care that much. Dion, I did side in, though I didn't draw it. Jar, and then, of course, Sparas. Pick 2. I did wheel the Occult Epiphany, which I thought I might. You could definitely defend Oust there. I don't think you're supposed to take a Johnny, given the cards I had. Or Dak. I like Converter. I think Converter's pretty good. It was solid for me. It got killed a couple games or taken. It was good in a couple games. I don't know. Can't ask for a whole lot more. I think it's clear Urza over Feywild, though passive Feywild is not as good. Turns out they did pass the Feywild and our team got Bombardiers, which is nice. Slamming Force, kind of no matter what world I'm in here. It's not even close. And then I was really happy to pick up a Grim Monolith, especially since I'd already seen the Zirda in a pack I was like pretty sure was going to wheel. And then you got to take Key, Snap Up Retrofitter, Easy Colonnade. I'm pretty happy with the Elspeth, Epiphany Wheel, Zirda Wheel. So yeah, like this is an example of I didn't open particularly well besides the balance, but the draft went pretty well, the way the packs were distributed. I just got a lot of the stuff I wanted. Then, yeah, first picking Lorien Revealed. Like, if you replace my first pick Converter or Lorien Revealed with a Mox or an Academy, my deck is really good. But I think it was pretty good already. And then I took Lorien. No regrets taking Ugin. Stock Up. They did take the Hull Breacher, so I think taking the wheel made sense. It's kind of a bummer. Brainstorm would have been good in my deck. Coalition Relic I liked, though it's possible this deck might have wanted Prism just because it did have a lot of colorless mana, but this is so good at filtering Monoliths into colored mana too, though. Cogwork over Pyrite, Cryogen Relic, yeah. Then I took No More Lies and then a Conviction Talisman I didn't play. And then I took Opal, and I guess I would have taken Opal Sunfall? Sure. Sunfall would have been nice. I will admit, I did have Balance already. Here I hated Suplex. No one ended up playing these too relevantly. Hated Tidebinder, hated Terra Sunder. Took a Saheeli that made the deck, and then a Consider that almost did. Yeah, solid deck. This was a fun draft. I did enjoy the draft. It would have been nice to take it home, but you know what? This deck was sick. Played some sick games. It always feels nice to win without power, though. It feels good to win with power, too. And it's a pretty good draft for this week, especially. Got a little bit of beats earlier in the week, so it was nice to kind of give some back. All right, that'll do it for today. Hope you had a great time. I sure did. And as always, I appreciate you hanging out with me. I'll be back tomorrow. Some more Magic. I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and you won't miss a single draft.